When should you fold marginal poker hands pre-flop? Imagine sitting at the poker table, holding a hand that's not quite strong but not a total disaster either. You're wondering if you should stay in or just fold and save your chips. That's what we're talking about today. Knowing when to fold those hands that aren't great can really save you from losing more chips in the long run. In poker, especially in Texas Holdem, your starting hand matters a lot. The best hands are big pocket pairs like ace-ace or king-king, and strong suited connectors like ace-king or queen-jack suited. These hands have a good shot at winning. But what about hands that are okay but not great? Like 7-8 suited or jack-6 offsuit. Those are what we call marginal hands. They have some potential but not enough to play aggressively most of the time. The first thing to think about is where you are sitting. If you're in an early position, meaning you act before most players, it's smarter to fold those marginal hands. You don't have much information about what others are holding, so playing safe is better. When you're in a later position, like near the dealer, you can sometimes play these hands more loosely because you see what others do first. Next, consider your chip stack. If you have a short stack, say less than 20 big blinds, it's usually best to fold marginal hands. You need to preserve chips for better opportunities. If your stack is deep, you might be tempted to see a flop with a marginal hand, but it's still often better to fold unless the situation is very favorable. Another big factor is what action has happened before you. If someone raises or re-raises before it's your turn, folding is usually the smart move. You're facing stronger hands, and calling with a marginal hand can lead to big losses if you don't hit something on the flop. Pot odds and implied odds also matter. If calling a raise costs a lot of chips and your hand doesn't have a good chance of winning, folding is the way to go. Marginal hands rarely have enough potential to justify calling big bets. Avoid limping, which means just calling the big blind with these hands. It's better to fold or raise. Limping often lets opponents enter cheaply and makes it harder to control the size of the pot. So, if you're holding a hand like jack-6 suited or ace-8 offsuit and someone raises from an early position, folding is usually the best choice. Even if you think you might hit something, the chances of being dominated or outplayed are high. If you're out of position or have a short stack, folding saves chips for better spots. In the end, folding marginal hands pre-flop is smart when facing raises, being in early position, having a small stack, or when the pot odds don't favor calling. Playing tighter with these hands helps you avoid tricky post-flop situations and keeps your chips safe.